audience, welcome to another edition of the DarkMatch. And this week we decided to go to the nation's capital and take on the capital punishment. Oh God, I gotta work on that segue.
Yeah.
Pathetic.
Way to go, Magpie!
Hey, shut up. You're at fault too. Cause, yeah.
Just
Winning that argument aside, I am Magpie. And how you doing, you lovely audience?
Beatles reference. I'm Christopher Says, the Mastodon of Monotone.
I'm your token chick duo's Angel.
And I am No Leaf Clover. It's time once again for What is Iron Sheik tweeting now? Oh boy.
We're back to Sheik?
We go back and forth, you know. We do.
Oh.
On the TNA shows, we're doing Warrior now, and on this show, we're going Sheiky Baby.
Yeah, we'll never give up the Sheiky Baby. He treats us good.
There is logic to this.
All right.
Indeed.
So, I have two for today. I'll start with the one that's kind of funny, but not as funny as the second one. So here's one. Kurt Angle is best. Shooting-wise, in my best days, I beat the living fuck out of him and fuck his ass, make him humble. But I really feel like I really feel like this one sums it up perfectly. Because Sheiky Baby has been weighing in on his opinions on the entire Hulk Hogan versus Ultimate Warrior feud. And I think this one sums up it sums up his thoughts quite well.
It's his manifesto.
Yeah. Who give a fuck about the fag Ultimate Warrior?
Yeah. Well, it's true. I mean, to take Ultimate Warrior seriously, Ultimate Warrior, you're going to look to him as your bastion of truth in the wrestling world and the one who's going to rise out from the heavens and expose Hogan. That's the guy you're going to trust?
Here's the difference between Sheik and Warrior. Sheik is funny crazy, and he's doing it mainly because it's a gimmick. Ultimate Warrior is legitimately crazy.
Yeah, and there's no gimmick.
Yeah, there's no gimmick.
Yeah, Sheik touches people's lives. I'm not getting... Sheik is just... He loves the fans. I can tell, even though he's crazy and out of his mind. Ultimate Warrior, fuck him. Listeners of the Dark Match, do not trust this asshole.
But at any rate, ladies and gentlemen, we are here to talk about WWE Capital Punishment. It was coming live from my not quite hometown, but, you know, it's like a 30-minute, hour-long drive. So, from Washington, D.C.,
better known as the birthplace of Dave Chappelle.
Yes.
And some other stuff.
Crime.
Crime.
I was going to say it's the home of the Washington Redskins, but they actually play in Landover, Maryland.
No, Leaf, you have to stop pretending there's a team in Washington. It doesn't exist.
We talked about this.
Fist your nostril.
Why do you want to fist my nostril, you sick fetish? Anyway, from Noe's perversion, we talk about capital punishment, sick bastard. Chris, take it away.
So I'm going to be stuck on that one for a while.
To give a preemptive summation, this was another one in the series of WWE's post-WrestleMania pay-per-views that were better than WrestleMania.
It really was, wasn't it?
They've been sort of degrading in quality, but you get a lot of good pairings and a lot of good matches. They're starting to show their wear, but nonetheless, they were fun.
Maybe they purposely made WrestleMania 27 suck so bad that the other pay-per-views start to improve over time, and then it makes more people want to watch 28 because they saw the pay-per-views before 28 kick ass, or was good at least.
Yeah, but if they had brains in their fucking skulls, everything would be awesome.
Does have a point. If they only had a brain.
At any rate, our first match of the night is for the WWE United States Championship. It is Dolph Ziggler versus the champion Kofi Kingston.
Part 4. This time it's personal again. No, wait, it's vengeance. No.
It's only like part 2 or 3.
They've had matches.
They've
had a couple.
They feuded for SmackDown's mid-card belt. Like, I believe they exchanged it a couple of times.
Yeah.
Like, in my opinion, the way they're trying to build up Dolph Ziggler, or the way they're trying to on again, off again, build him up, like, the finish was kind of clear to me. I thought he was going to go in with the title, and he did.
I think we all suspected that to some degree, but you never know, because they could be like, you know what, we're going to make Kofi look strong, he's going to retain at the pay-per-view after a good, solid match.
I don't know, he's done that a number of times, like,
yeah.
Until they actually, like, put him in with, like, Randy Orton, like they were doing during the last couple of months of, like, 2009, early 10, like, I don't think he's really going anywhere.
Yeah, he's kind of in that RVD role now, where he's just kind of there. He's in the mid card, and unless someone it's to that point where he's one of those, if someone gets injured, he'll be up there kind of faces.
At the same time, though, this is a good move, like giving him the U.S. belt, Ziggler, because it's a heel, so any babyface that wants to go up over him can get a good push, or at least their first, like, major title or something. Like, I'd love to see Bourne go for it, Ryder, just any, I don't know if Ryder's face, but you get what I'm saying. Like,
Zack Ryder is never going to be on TV. They're never going to put that dude on TV.
He is in my heart.
Technically, he's been on TV.
He's been on Superstars, which is on their website. And he was on Raw.
He's been on television. In the back, he threw Cena a shirt or something, didn't he?
They fist bump and he gave Cena a shirt and stuff like that.
Now, whether he'll wrestle on TV,
Nope. Yeah, but the match itself at Capitol. Oh, sorry, Steph. The match itself in Capital Punishment was really good, despite, like, even though I don't remember the exact number, but I have seen these two go at it many times. Every time they go at it, they're always a good quality match you're going to see.
Yeah.
It was a pretty good start.
Nice smooth match, and the finish was, like, sort of, I guess, focusing around them trying to put over the sleeper hold as a very dangerous finish, or Dolph being very good at it. It basically happens when there's a Trouble in Paradise attempt, then a zigzag attempt, and, like, Vicky pokes Kofi in the eye, and Dolph, to his credit, like, despite distraction, like, is able to put him down at the sleeper hold. Not to the point where, like, the ref raises his arm 3 times, but just he's out.
Yeah.
I hope nothing. If that had been real, she probably would have taken one of his eyes out. She has, like, full-on claws going.
I think what they were trying to attempt to do was to adapt from the MMA, the referee stoppage. I think they were trying to attempt that, but the referee didn't really get a grasp of the situation of how that works, because the cameras weren't doing, like, up close of, like, Kofi just, like, he's out of it, and usually in wrestling logic, like we all know, it's, arm down once, arm down twice, arm down 3, he's out. I think they're honestly trying the referee stoppage, but the dude didn't know how to execute it.
Yeah, that might have been it. And, you know, as for getting over the sleeper, that was, like, his finisher. That was his finisher before the zigzag. And then they kind of put it on the back burner, and he started mainly using the zigzag. But they're bringing the sleeper back. Of course, it doesn't help when you have guys putting, you know, guys in sleepers and rear chin locks, which is pretty much indistinguishable from a sleeper hold most of the time. So that's the whole problem with kind of using that finisher.
It's true, but, like, I don't know, like, the idea has been kind of going around, like, for the past couple of weeks that, like, if someone has a very common move for a finish, and then you just put over the fact that they're so good at it that they're able to take people out with it.
Mm-hmm. I mean, it's their specialty, so they're that good with the mode, just like you said, Chris, yesterday.
Department of Redundancy Department.
I was trying to agree with him, but I got too wordy. I'm sorry.
I
meant well. I just spun out of control.
Yeah. At any rate, up next, a limousine pulls up backstage, and who should jump out but everybody's favorite crazy black man, R-Truth.
Hold on. Let me drink some water. I want to be surprised.
Wait, what are we being surprised about tonight?
Yeah.
Oh, sorry. I thought it was the other.
I know where you're going with this, man.
Yeah.
I can't do my water bit? Damn.
Well, it doesn't really fit. It may be a little later. R-Truth steps out. R-Truth steps out of the limousine. He has a WWE championship that he stole from Cena last week. And he says, the champ is in the house. He has a party to go to. And he invites Eve Torres to it. Eve is like, I don't even know who you are anymore. And Truth is like, you're right. You don't know. And then all of a sudden, the theme song from Days of Our Lives started playing, and it got really weird. There were credits. And
Two things about this promo. Like, one, I think R-Truth is trying to get over a catchphrase, the champ is in the house, like as a sort of antithesis to the champ is here. But, I don't know if that would really go over. And two, I forgot what the second one was.
Wow.
Well, that worked.
We're on a good
Bang
roll.
up job here tonight, aren't we, guys?
Yeah.
Yeah, we're doing great right now.
Yeah.
Two, when he
Go team us.
When he had the title around his shoulders, I actually didn't realize beforehand that they were going with the fact that he took it after Raw. I didn't know that they'd go with like, oh, R-Truth stole the belt. Usually when someone does that in like any kind of promotion, like it's happened before in ECW, funnily enough, with Face Sandman stealing Heel Raven's belt.
Yeah.
They should make much bigger deal about it. Like he probably should have taken it 2 weeks ago. But
yeah, I don't understand why that doesn't seem to be much of a big deal. I mean, even
simple answer.
God, I'm afraid that I can't believe I'm about to say this, but when Eric Young took the TV title on TNA, they actually did something with that.
Did you
Wait, we're using TNA as a point of a good reference? Of a good example? What the fuck's going on?
Oh God.
Physical pain.
The portal is fucking up again.
Oh,
Damn it, no, Leaf. You said you were going to fix it. You have.
Space Connect Island Portal Expressway.
Yeah.
Always
This is
malfunctioning.
why I should have designed it. It would have been better.
Let's move on to our next promo, one which is pretty self-aware, where Miz dissects Alex Riley's role throughout the year, saying he's nothing but a guy who's like cut out to carry bags, and he's like, all he did was carry this. Holds up the metal briefcase. What does this even mean?
Exactly.
Couldn't get even more self-aware.
There is no spoon.
There's no briefcase.
There are 4 lights. No one's gonna get that.
It's Marcellus Wallace's soul.
Okay, we've run that in
Anyway, after we get the video package for Miz versus Alex Riley, we get our match. Miz versus Alex Riley.
This was pretty much the second match I was most looking forward to.
I did not realize that Alex Riley was from DC. I like him even more now.
Oh my God.
So for you and Tifus to get into any bickerings, it's like the kind of perfect thing, like Alex Riley's your counterpart and Miz is his.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. But,
that is freaky coincidental.
Yeah. I can't,
you're here with us in spirit.
Yeah, I can't really say I was looking forward to this match, but like, because I didn't know what to expect between these two. They've always been paired up, but I've never seen them in a match against each other. But they delivered, I think. They gave it a good match.
It was what it was.
This was probably my favorite match of the night.
Like, A-Right put himself over pretty strong.
Yeah, this was a perfect example of how you're supposed to use the heel to get a face guy over, and even though if it happens again, people will complain that the Miz lost. It's like he's supposed to lose, and he's supposed to make Alex Riley look good. If Miz had won here, then that would be the end of the feud, and Riley would kind of look like crud. So
I'm sure they'll have a rematch, and Miz can go over then.
Yeah,
they can go back and forth for a while, but this was definitely the place for Riley to be going over for now.
Yeah, and like he really brought the offense towards the end, doing stuff like a spine buster, and he did this one thing where Miz was draped over the second rope, like on the outside, and Riley just hit this really sick looking kick. It was don't really see a lot of spots like that.
Yeah.
Expecting like that from Riley.
rather than using his, he was using a TKO, but I guess they decided to change that. But he does have a good finisher now, which is the Impaler DDT.
This is for Edge, even though you never feuded with him before he left. Just give it to him. It's a nice one.
I mean, it's not like giving him the stunner.
Yeah, or a cutter.
Yeah. But Riley ends up
winning. Or an Orton Slam.
Yeah. But Riley ends up winning, and it's good that Riley won. And it's kind of insane how over he's gotten in a very, very tiny amount of time.
Well, anyone who beats up The Miz will be instantly loved.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah, I'm not that surprised that all it took was him kicking Miz's ass.
I mean, Michael Cole could leap off the... Sorry to interrupt you, Steph. Michael Cole could leap off and have a bitch fit and beat the hell out of The Miz, and he would be the most beloved man in the WWE by the next taping.
You know what? If that happened, I'd become a Michael Cole fan.
I wonder.
Actually, I just want to see that now. That would be hilarious.
Yeah. I can very much tell you guys don't want to talk about the next segment.
What segment?
They're just saying. Well, we didn't talk about the fact that Riley beat up Cole. We didn't talk about that. Riley.
Oh yeah, Cole violence. How could we forget? We love that.
That was such a great moment because Cole totally got in his face in the middle of the match like a dumbass. I was kind of hoping Riley would do a comedic spot where he just repeatedly slams Cole's head into the announce table. He didn't.
No, he just tossed them around, and then after the match, Michael Cole threw a huge tantrum.
Not Michael Cole! This is the voice of the WWE!
Sounded like that, but a little bit lower pitched.
I'm working on my Cole. Give me a little time. I can get it.
So, are we gonna talk about this backstage segment? Or...
You know what, guys? It was a beautiful day outside today.
Yes, it very much was here in.
Even though I'm in Washington, it's been pretty good for Washington.
Yeah. The weather.
Yeah, even in where I live, which is parts unknown California, it's beautiful out here. I mean, the sun's shining and birds are singing, and it's
always sunny.
A hummingbird.
Yeah, a lot of people outside. None of them impersonating Barack Obama.
So did you guys know that my friend is getting detained in Ireland?
Wow, really? What did he do?
Yeah, she went there to marry some guy she doesn't really know, and then she didn't really have a visa to be there for a prolonged period of time. So
like that Amy Adams movie where she hires a dude to drive him.
What movie?
There's a movie with Amy Adams where she's in Ireland and then she
Yeah, Amy Adams. She's to me like the next Marilyn Monroe.
Guys.
Was it Amy Adams or was it another redhead?
What other redheads do you know?
I don't know. I just saw the crappy movie.
All right. Okay, when Allie's telling us to move on.
Yes, we'll gloss over this whole Barack Obama impersonator that they try to pigeonhole. Like we said, that this was WrestleMania, but for all it being better than WrestleMania, this reminded me of WrestleMania.
It's like they're just saying, fuck you. We can take your money and do what we want. We'll throw this in front of you and you'll stay.
But to her credit, Vicky Guerrero pulling like a Monroe I thought that was actually pretty funny.
Yeah.
I really like that. And I think Sergeant Slaughter was kind of interesting because I've never seen him, how to put that, I've never seen him in footage that isn't older than I am.
Well, that's a good way to put it.
Yeah, that worked really well.
Yeah. So that dumb shit happened, and then we, after that, our next match is Alberto Del Rio versus Big Show, and if this match wasn't bad, it just was kind of,
It was not really a match. What happened was Del Rio comes out and then Big Show just before the bell, completely barrages him and throws him around, hits him on the announce table, and of all people, Mark Henry gets his revenge because he pretty much got knocked out by Show in one of the earlier shows. Does a very impressive World's Strongest Slam to Show on the announce table this match.
It's one of those matches that was booked on the card, but you really didn't care about because it's like I didn't care about it. I don't know about you guys. I mean, it's like, oh, he got hit by a car, and then Del Rio made fun of this guy, and now that show's back and he devastates, and why couldn't it just have been a lead pipe and then pay-per-view build up? Lead pipe would have solved this entire thing.
This is where me being a new, sort of a renewed fan to new fan really starts showing, because I honestly had no real interest in this feud. I was actually expecting Del Rio to feud with Kane for a bit.
Oh, believe me,
instead.
I don't think a lot of people were looking forward to this feud, because just considering, although Big Show is like very savvy as like a sort of comedy performer, and he's awesome in the ring, like he's a lot quicker than people give him credit for. He's just irrelevant these days.
Yeah, but the thing is that I was finally watching SmackDown on Saturday. Actually, no, I was watching it on Sunday before Capital Punishment. And when it got to Big Show, basically ripping the ring to shreds with Del Rio up in the crowd looking fucking terrified for his life. Because that was just such a great character moment for both of them, that actually got me really excited. I kind of wanted to see this. I was expecting it to be mostly Big Show beating the ever-living crap out of him, but I thought it would at least be interesting.
And that's what you got.
This was kind of bullshit.
Yeah, it seemed like they kind of booked themselves into a corner, but they didn't really know what they were gonna do with all this. It was just kind of it was a weird match.
It was another ref stoppage. Like once Del Rio recovers and they actually ring the bell. Of all things, like Del Rio starts working on shows. Oh yeah, he works on the leg because that's what got hit by the car. I was just sorry. I would just think he'd work on the arm because that's his finish. But nonetheless, another ref stoppage. Show's leg is fucked up and he can't continue. Del Rio wins.
Story-wise, didn't they say his ATL was torn or something?
Yes, I think they said that.
Okay, and how long did it take for him to get back after that? Like 2 weeks, roughly, like 3.
I don't get into technical details. I'm a podcaster, not a doctor.
Well, I'm just saying, it seems like ATL healing that fast.
I have basic medical knowledge.
Yeah, I'll suspend belief.
I
just can't suspend belief on that. Normal things, it's like, oh, okay, sprain. Okay, he can bounce back from that, I guess. This, nah.
That's really not important.
After that, we get another segment with our Truth, and he's backstage with the photographer. And he says to the photographer, go ahead and do all the photos now because he will be tired after the match tonight because he still has the belt with him. And next up, you see Josh Matthews backstage with WWE Intercontinental Champion Wade Barrett. And Wade Barrett kind of in like he was the physically imposing, big, broody,
bare knuckle champion.
Yeah, but now he's doing like the William Regal snobby English guy routine, which is they're doing everything possible to try and get him over, and it's not working.
Unfortunately, I think the guy's adept, but
I think he shows potential. It's just there's some things he has to work on.
He says
I
a lot of.
liked him way back when he was in charge of the Nexus when I first started watching WWE again. I found him interesting then. Don't know what the fuck happened.
Fucking.
They dropped the ball. They definitely dropped the ball in the Nexus.
Yeah.
But,
I don't even think it's them dropping the ball on Nexus. It's just they really did try and push him hard. It's
and also other circumstances like injuries. Like I shouldn't just say it was just their fault.
Yeah.
Okay, that's a good point, but still, they could have done more
and
even with
firings. But yeah, he says a lot. He talks about a lot of stuff like the Wiener scandal, and also like the debt, the education system, and how in 20 years we're all going to be speaking Chinese, which he's not the only one that has views like that.
God. Are they doing everything they can to seem relevant? WWE, I mean, it's like, we're the hip writers. We're gonna write stuff to make us look hip and topical.
Just be wrestlers.
Yeah.
That's all you have to do. Tell a story and let the wrestler be a wrestler.
But yeah, their match. I like if you showed me the match last month and this one, I probably couldn't tell the difference beyond like Justin Gabriel and Heath Slater's presence last month.
Yeah.
This fucking match, dude. Oh, honestly, this match, like old people fucking was more fast paced than this.
Ew.
I don't want to know how you know that.
Yeah.
What the
We're
fuck?
moving right on. Just move.
But yeah.
We're not going to acknowledge that any further.
I mean, the only thing notable about this was the "We Want Ryder" chant, which is starting to sound like Wild Fever.
Dude, Wild against Bear for the belt, that would have been way more entertaining. I don't know how good of quality of a match would have been, but it would have been a lot more entertaining.
But yeah, Scoop Slam City, Torture Rack, new Intercontinental Champion, and Jerry Lawler's like, how do you feel? And Zeke's like, greatest accomplishment of my life. Okay. I have a problem with a huge motherfucker who's also a face who has the belt.
Yeah, it's gonna slow down the IC championship. It's like,
one less Christian feuds him and probably wins it in an instant, but or Sheamus.
It's just like, oh, go right ahead, Nolly.
It's kind of like, what do they do from here? You know, if Zeke as the Intercontinental Champion, and Zeke is a face, and what do they do? Oh, sorry. Okay.
Dolph made a good job. I mean, did a good job of making that belt important again with his defenses and matches. And granted, the people writing and booking around him, but it's like you don't want to see this. Like, come on, let's get this belt to mean something again. It's a great belt, and you could have had a cool, fast-paced division like Cody Rhodes could have had it, Bryan Danielson, Sin Cara, DiBiase, Ryder, all those dudes, man. They could have had a great division for this belt, and now I feel as though Zeke has this belt. They're going to throw all those guys at him, and Zeke's going to beat him and make him look weak.
It's just that question of like, what are they gonna do? Where are they gonna go?
Yeah, exactly. And Zeke's not even that interesting to be a champion. It's not like he got rushed to get the belt, but he still had some good qualities about him. This guy's boring.
Yeah, I couldn't have been less interested in the whole thing. I haven't been interested in the whole feud.
Occasionally I just forget that fucking Barrett and Zeke are on the show.
Yeah, I'm surprised every time they've had a match on SmackDown. It's like, oh yeah, this is happening, isn't it?
Yeah, it's hard to like. They really do pimp the hell out of it. And now the core is broken up, and like they're probably not going anywhere. But we have another Obama segment that this one's actually kind of I missed this one, but from the sound of it, sounds kind of which is probably much better on paper than. But
this was cute.
But Santino, Beth Phoenix, and Kelly are. They meet the fake Obama, and Santino's like, you want me to show you how to do the Cobra? And he's about to motion to do it, but then the Secret Service people just tackle him.
Yeah, I thought that was funny for, it was obvious. It was so painfully obvious that was coming, but it was still kind of funny. It was nicely done.
I'm going to keep my anger just within me.
Okay, you bottle up pretty well with the next one, because next segment got confused. Punk.
This was definitely my favorite backstage moment.
It's Punk. What do you expect?
Yes, he's keeping it real.
Pretty much this.
He makes fun of sports entertainer, like the term sports entertainer, like what a lot of people have done, but it still is always as delicious when someone does it.
Especially Punk.
Be it Punk or Joey Styles, but he's like Rey Mysterio. Like people think he's a hero. He isn't a hero. He just wants to make money like I do. Except I'm honest about it.
It's just what is there to say except Punk had a good segment.
We love Punk.
Are we supposed to be shocked by the fact that Punk is awesome?
Yeah. I mean, you read our facts. They're all true.
Yes. They're all true and have scientific basis.
This performance is awesome. What a bore.
I'm a doctor, Dr. Magpie, by the way, and I approve of the scientific findings in that.
Okay,
Yeah.
Magpie.
Punk versus Mysterio. A match that kind of seemed like I was actually kind of like losing faith in it. Like they were going slow, but for the last like 5 minutes, it just really sped up, and they probably had the best near falls of the night, in my opinion. Even over Orton and Christian, because it got to a point within like the last minute where you really weren't sure whether they were gonna whether they were gonna give Ray the shine or sort of or just give the win to Punk, and fuck, they did.
Punk won on a pay-per-view.
Woo!
Yay!
Woo!
Fuck, was the last time that happened when he beat Jeff Hardy?
I don't know. I'm sure he's gotten wins since then, but
Arrow's saying first since 2010.
First since 2000. Oh, okay.
Sure.
Huh.
Jesus.
Wow.
Wow.
Well, at least he finally got one. One! Woo!
Sentimental moment.
Anywho.
But yeah, we can't talk really much about the match. It again, like, it was mostly about the sort of pace, and like, but notably, Punk seems to be getting in a Twitter feud with Steve Austin. William Regal is also involved, I guess, as a special guest tweet ref.
Yeah, and I think we've all discussed this, and we've all agreed that we would much rather see Stone Cold Steve Austin versus CM Punk at WrestleMania than The Rock versus John Cena.
Oh, yeah, definitely. Totally.
Imagine if they start
100%.
building that up and it starts really turning heads. Like, I think that'll take the attention away.
Yeah.
Actually, you know what? I'm greedy. I'd like both.
Dude, you could throw up Kurt Angle at CM Punk, and I'd still want to watch that more than Rock versus Cena.
Leaf, we still want to see John Cena go over The Rock, because John Cena has to go over The Rock.
Right. We want to. I want to see that just so all the fucking smarks will cry. And I understand I'm a smark. But still, I want to see all you motherfuckers cry and break down in tears when John Cena wins.
You are the ones who are the ball lickers.
Viewer base, and can you like not say that on the air?
Wait, what?
We need our view counts. We only get so many right now. We can't go pissing off our fans. We can't afford it.
I hope you result to a puddle of tears.
Small name, big ego.
Okay. I think
I'm actually with No Leaf on this one. That's
the views of No Leaf,
awesome.
Clover, and Magpie are not the views of the entire Dark Match.
-5 stars!
Thank you.
What the fuck was that?
Nero.
Yeah, if only Alvarez was really promoting. But anyway, we move on like without any really segments. Orton versus Christian. We have that recap that we've gotten over the past couple of weeks, and there's your match. And then this one was
good match.
Yeah, it was a very good match.
I don't feel it was as good as Over the Limit, but
Definitely not. No.
Honestly, I was disappointed, but unfortunately, I wasn't able to watch this at the time. I had to go do chores, sadly. So I had to hunt this down on YouTube today, and maybe it's because the video I was watching was really laggy, but I wasn't impressed. Sick woman. Fuck you, Arrow.
I thought this is like...
Jesus. Anyways.
I was kind of disappointed. As fucked up as this will sound, if it hadn't been obvious that there was like capital punishment stuff all over the place, I would have thought somebody had mislabeled a SmackDown match. Other than maybe all the near falls and the fact that it was a little longer than it would probably have gone on a SmackDown, it really just didn't impress me that much.
Oh, but the powerbomb hold to the RKO. He's actually starting to do variations. He's starting to be like DDP, where he's just like working everything into it.
Yeah. It wasn't an RKO. It was kind of like I guess it was a neck breaker. Were you listening? You're talking about.
Oh yeah, excuse me. Yeah, you're absolutely right because he didn't flip him over and he was supine. He wasn't on his stomach.
Yeah. Randy Orton picks Christian up, holds him on his shoulder, and then drops him. And everyone in the chat was like, "Holy shit! When the hell did he start doing like?" It's interesting that through the series of matches with Christian, Orton's kind of started to add a couple little tweaks to his repertoire. Maybe not big ones, but it's always nice to see a guy doing different stuff. I mean, that's one of the.
I think it goes with the standard of it being a series of matches because they're trying to show that Christian's a tough opponent. So it's like Randy's got to break out of the box that he's in and be like, okay, I got to add this to this, or I got to think of something new to try to take this guy down with.
Yeah. To add a tidbit aspect to the whole angle to the whole storyline, Christian still was not able to hit his finish. He hit a spear. He was not able to hit the kill switch at all in the match. Now, are they doing that because they're putting over a concussion angle and they don't want to have an example like that, or are they doing that because they want to still say that Christian hasn't hit this blow and he hasn't if he would have done that then he probably would have gotten the 1, 2, 3.
Yeah, I think that's where they're going to go with it.
They're continuing it. Damn it.
I mean, now that he has a shirt.
He has a shirt, Magpie. They can't just dump him off. He has a shirt.
They had to search before. It's still just a dragging thing.
Plus,
I mean, the matches are good, but the thing is, I don't care. Just give Christian the belt or make something else happen. Fuck.
Plus, they're also continuing of him being a heel and having compelling arguments because the finish was basically Christian eats an RKO and Orton pins him, but his leg is clearly under the rope, almost outside of the apron and he argues with the ref. It looks like, as Orton's celebrating, it looks like they're about to, dispute it. It looks like they're about to do something on the Titantron, but Orton clocks him with the World Heavyweight Championship.
Yeah.
So they're definitely going to finish it. I have two predictions. Either Christian ends up winning Money in the Bank and cashes in, which I wouldn't want to see, or sadly, Christian ends up winning the belt next month, and then the Money in the Bank winner cashes in. I think I have such expectations that they're going to do those.
It's a double Jeopardy. Fuck you.
I mean, I understand. I don't really have a problem with the angle as it is. I'm happy that Christian is in the main event because
it's cool that they're featuring him. It's just I feel as though it's dragging. That's my problem with it. By itself, it's not bad. It's just it drags.
I guess I could kind of see your point, but then again, you have to remember that this angle's only been going on a couple months. They've had what? This would be their third pay-per-view match. That's not in WWE time. That's not that long.
I guess it would have
been average match of your average.
I guess it would have made it a little bit more interesting. I guess it would have made it a little. Okay, yeah, you got a point there, Chris.
Stop your new entrance.
I was gonna say. No, it's just I guess it would have been more interesting if it was another take, say, and I'm not trying to just harp on the Christian should be the world title thing, but if it was Randy who was having the trouble getting it, I would think it was more interesting because it's something new for Randy and it makes Christian look better. But even then, it still just seems like it's going at length. But I don't know. I just the matches are good. The length of what the storyline's going for, it's boring, and it makes to me it makes Christian look bitch out of it,
Yeah, you're kind of seeing his view. Well, at least he has an argument. They'll probably have a thing. Teddy Long will probably do a thing where he's saying, Christian, you have an argument there, player.
And Magpie, you have to.
The WWE universe decide.
Yeah, and Magpie, you do have to like the fact that as far as Christian goes, with Christian and until tonight, R-Truth. They have been giving. Well, no, not even with R-Truth, but with Christian, they've been giving him clean wins, and he's been winning matches, and he's been getting the upper hand on Randy Orton. So at least it's not your stereotypical.
Yeah, I see that point. It's not one sided, Yeah. That's what you're summing it up to. It's not just one sided.
Yeah.
And I guess I'd see that point, but it's just back when Tifus told me about this whole thing, and I was mad about it, if you guys remember the episodes who are listening, and he was just like, you're just going to have to wait and see what happens. It's like, okay, I'll wait and see, give it a try. And then, like I predicted, match quality was good, but the story just dragged. But no, Leaf's right. At least they're making Christian look convincing and somewhat compelling.
Yeah. At least he looks like a legitimate threat, which is more than, because SmackDown was kind of lacking in the legitimate heel threat category. So at least now he looks like that.
Yeah.
Right, yeah. I think it would have, to me, again, if the roles were reversed and Randy Orton was getting that desperate and he's becoming the heel and doing what Christian was doing, and Christian was the one who was just like, holy shit, I can't believe I survived that. Oh crap, he's coming again? Then I think it would have been like, again, just a new way to see Orton for me. So it's like, it would have been more interesting, but,
Yeah.
But I see where you're coming from.
At any rate,
Yeah, we're not going to talk about the next segment where they have that stupid Keystone Beer mascot in the Bella Twins. Moving on.
Fuck Keystone Beer. That is the worst goddamn beer on the planet. If you drink that, you're a fucking loser or broke.
Yeah, we have a match where they couldn't take 2 to 5 minutes out of their 3-hour Raw go-home show for the anonymous GM to say Bourne versus Swagger. But nonetheless, we have Bourne versus Swagger.
Yeah.
Which was a good surprise.
Yeah, nice surprise.
I don't think that match
actually wasn't that surprised.
I mean, yeah, they were either going to do this or something with the Divas, or maybe something with DiBiase and Rhodes and Danielson and Sin Cara, but okay.
The match itself, it was good. I just don't think it should take precedence over the world title belt or any other belt, except for the mid-card belt. But, it's a good match to have, and they've been doing it for a while, so I guess if this is their new tradition, go for it.
Yeah, it's just they always have the cool-down match before the main event. They always do it, because the problem is if you string 2 main events back to back and you don't give the crowd enough time to kind of catch its breath, then the crowd kind of seems exhausted. You remember WrestleMania 18 with Hogan versus Rock, and you remember the crowd reaction and all that stuff. And then by time they got to Triple H versus Chris Jericho, crowd was just, it wasn't that they weren't into the match, it's just that they were tired. You need...
I see that point. Yeah. But to argue with that WrestleMania, though, if they would have just switched it, it could have been like, okay, Christian and Triple H, was it right? Yeah.
You mean Chris Jericho?
Sorry, Chris Jericho, Triple H. Those guys would have gone first. They would have been like, oh, it's exciting, but they didn't. The crowd was still not that tired. Rock and Hogan. Then they could have exacerbated the rest of their energy, and it would have been just as big.
Yeah, even Jericho has said that, it should have.
Yeah, and I agree.
That was him.
But yeah, this was, weirdly enough, they were doing a similar thing with Evan Bourne last summer against Chris Jericho, and that was probably much better feud than what this is turning out to be. Bourne gets the win on a roll-up. It's 5 to 7 minute match.
Yeah. I mean, Arrow made a good point the other day about how with Evan Bourne, they should give him another type of finisher to have, just to, have a moveset variation. So if he can't do the shooting star press, he can do another move. I think they really need to try to, in the course of this feud, they got to try to pepper something like that in there, because it's going to make it more like, oh, he's got the guy down and stunned. Maybe he can go for the shooting star press, or it's just enough to knock the guy down. Because he just keeps getting the roll-up finish, and it's like he's just getting by on nothing, rather than just I took you down, I beat you. It's not just I'm humiliating Swagger, I flat-out beat you and outskilled you.
Yeah.
I don't know. I think the WWE is scared to do that with someone of Bourne's size.
It's just that's always going to be the WWE thing, where they're always going to be afraid to give guys like Evan the rub and the push. That it's hard to say he deserves it, but he's been a company guy, and he's gone out and he's been a jobbing bitch, and he's done everything that they've asked him to, and
yeah, he said it himself on the. He said it on the Cole Cabana podcast, and he talked about that same issue brought up, No Leaf. He was just like, yeah, I just go out there, I'm doing what I'm told, I'm paying all my dues, and I just like performing and being out there. And I think that's cool. So I hope this feud with Swagger just propels him to be like, okay, he did everything we told him to do. Let's reward him and give him, say, the U.S. belt. Let's just give him the one that's pretty.
But yeah, we're also not going to talk about this next segment where the fake Barack Obama does a spinneroonie with Booker T in the ring.
Old Steve Austin has stunned Booker T tonight.
And Barack Obama or the fake. Yeah. But like if we could say one thing about it, it's that people complained that they were doing pay-per-views just for gimmicks, bragging rights, Hell in a Cell, Money in the Bank, which I still like that pay-per-view I still enjoy. But like better than just having like a sort of like gimmick kind of thing for a pay-per-view and making comedy segments out of it.
Yeah.
It's like, if you're gonna do comedy on a pay-per-view, make it comedy, make it good.
I mean, this replaced Fatal 4-Way, where every match was a Fatal 4-Way. I'd honestly rather have a Fatal 4-Way than this.
Dude, the entire time this match was going on, I was picturing the sex. I mean, the segment. The entire time this segment was going on, I was picturing the sex scene in the room. That's how much I wanted to hurt myself and forget about the pain of that.
That's not much of an anesthetic, don't you think?
That's worse.
It worked for Kevin Murphy. It worked for me. I focus on the pain of that so much, it negates everything else around me that's trying to hurt me. If I get mauled by bears, I'm going to do that.
It's one of those separate and equal things.
Yes.
Once again, I would like to take this moment to apologize to all of our listeners who have seen The Room and now have all of those scenes stuck in their head.
No, forget Steph. I want you to picture Tommy Wiseau's ass.
Oh, God damn it.
And then Cena beating The Rock. I'm with No Leaf on that still.
Yeah,
Moving on to the next match. The next and final match, the main event, was for the WWE Championship, R-Truth versus John Cena. I don't know what it is with John Cena lately, but he has not been turning it up for the main events.
Yeah.
Hey.
Nothing more you could say.
I think he's like, come on, guys, you can't stop writing me like this. I'm going out there and I can't do it anymore. Damn it, go out there.
I mean, we think he's a decent enough performer, but like, in the sense that like, if he has like someone that they really build the fuck up, then the matches will be that much better. But R-Truth, like, I don't know, this match didn't really have much in terms of like the work rate, the execution.
Yeah, it just I think part of it is, if the rumors are right, if Cena is, kind of beaten up and getting broken down because he's been going for so long, I think that's the only way. Because the one thing you could say about Cena, despite everything, is that he could have a month full of shitty fucking matches, but when it came down to it, he always had good pay-per-view matches. And this week, it was kind of the opposite. Last week, he had a pretty damn good match with Punk, and then he gets in the ring with R-Truth, and I think that's one of the problems with Cena sometimes, is that he is kind of dependent on his opponent. Like, some guys can make everybody look good, and then some guys kind of need help.
Yeah.
But yeah, one funny, like, notable moment of the match was when R-Truth does the scissors kick. And, he's like, Booker T's like, oh, Truth just hit Cena with that scissors kick! Like, he just emphasizes the fuck out of it. Yeah, we know, that was your finish. We're glad that you're happy about it.
Yeah, it's just, the match wasn't even as long as the fucking World Heavyweight Championship match, which is a weird thing, but...
Didn't deserve to be. Like, I mean, like I predicted that, I predicted, like, a sort of non-expectation. I didn't really know what to think of, like, how the quality that these two match would be, but, yeah, it didn't really turn out as, like, the finish kind of leaves room for the feud to continue, because a little Jimmy, caused Truth victory, but...
Nah.
I really liked that.
But nonetheless, like, Cena goes over. I expected it. I could proudly say that my predictions came out to 5-2. I think.
Damn it! I could have used my water joke right now. Fuck. I missed the moment.
For that long.
Rewind it.
No.
No.
No, this isn't Funny Games.
Oh, that fucking movie. At any rate...
You had to kill the mood by reminding us of that.
At any rate,
The original was a good movie.
It's shot for shot. Never mind.
That's another version sucked.
That's another argument for another podcast. Everyone's final thoughts on Capital Punishment, Deus Angel.
It was okay.
Very concise. Magpie.
WWE saying, buy more of our pay-per-views. We'll make sure there's more out there.
Yeah, my opinions, again, I think I have rose-colored glasses about this. I kind of thought a lot of the matches that I expected to be adequate were adequate. CNR R-Truth could have been better than WrestleMania still. I'm just gonna keep saying that until a pay-per-view they do just fucking sucks.
Yeah, I'd agree. Over the Limit and
Extreme Rules.
Extreme Rules. I thought those were really good pay-per-views.
Yeah, they were definitely.
They were better than this one, but
Extreme Rules was awesome.
They were better than WrestleMania, but I definitely think this match was. I mean, this pay-per-view. It was kind of low. I guess after you have two really good back-to-back pay-per-views, it's hard to keep up the momentum. But it all together it was solid. It advanced.
Solid show, not bad.
Not a bad show by any means. With that said, it's time to play everybody's favorite game. What gets more screen time than Jay Lethal? And you cannot say the stupid fucking Barack Obama impersonator.
Yeah, that's true.
I wasn't going to, but my answer's going to piss you off anyways.
Yeah.
Let's start.
Okay.
Let's see. The Keystone beer mascot got more screen time than Jay Lethal.
Why is everyone stealing my first ideas? God damn it, this always happens to me.
Sorry.
Shut up, Steph.
For me, R-Truth scissors kick got more screen time than Jay Lethal.
Magpie?
Mike Chioda got more screen time than Jay Lethal.
Break the hold!
The fucking Bella Twins got more screen time than Jay Lethal for no fucking reason.
Yeah, we can look and we want to touch, but doesn't mean we want to look at them on TV.
You know?
Yeah.
You know who didn't get more screen time than Jay Lethal? Everybody that they invited to the fucking pay-per-view. Yeah. They didn't have anyone on the Washington Redskins show up. No one from the Capitals.
No leave. Sports teams do not exist in Washington.
How are they supposed to show up?
They're imaginary. You invented them as a way to try to cope with your tragedy.
I fucking hate you guys. I really do.
No, you don't hate me. I am the imagination. You have to try to get your psychic back. You have a wife and kid.
Psychic?
What are you talking about?
Any rate, that was the dark match. I'm Christopher says, dark match is Mastodon the Monotone, and I say Mike Chioda needs to be the next monster heel.
I'm Duo's Angel, your token chick.
Magpie.
Oh, right.
What are you?
I'm Magpie, and I will give this evaluation of No Leaf Psyche after the show's done recording.
Fuck you. And I am No Leaf Clover, and do you see what I have to put up with every night? You see this?
Hold him!
Magpie, if you touch me, I'm gonna throw you through the portal, and the last time
Prep the needle!
The last time someone went through the portal, they came out and they were missing their pancreas.
Alright, someone come up with 3. We're gonna do this like Pulp Fiction.
Oh, god damn. Good night. Good night.
2,
and good luck.
3.
Get him!
Sheesh, guys.